Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Forbidden Door episode of the Elite City podcast. Forbidden Door is a few days away. I'm excited, and I know you are, so let's get into this, huh?
Yeah, off the top, is it just me, or is this card like surprisingly stacked?
I, it was like silently stacked because as I wrote out the card tonight for the show, I was like, my God, I didn't realize this. I knew what the card was, but like when you see it, it's like every match is main event caliber with main event caliber people.
And like that's odd for Forbidden Door, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like Forbidden Door has always had like 2 or 3 huge matches, right? Like they do like Okada Danielson or something in a match, but like the rest of the card is just like they're good matches. They're never bad matches, but it's never just like, hey, every good match we can do, we're gonna do all right now. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it. Like it's gonna be a great show, but it would surprise me like that they're doing both the cash-ins like Athena and MJF on the show. It surprised me they're doing Copeland and Christian back together on the show. They're doing like a lights out. Like I think that's what they're gonna do instead of, I guess, Blood and Guts, because it's like a 5-on-5.
Yeah,
lights out. They're not also gonna run Blood and Guts after doing a 5-on-5 lights out cage match. I feel like there's no way they also do Blood and Guts
unless it's just a female one.
Yeah, unless it's a female one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's weird that they did all that, like in like the last 2 weeks. They're like, oh, by the way, we're just gonna add on all of these matches.
Well, I mean, this is the order that, again, I just went by the AEW social media account this time. So according to them,
actually updated.
Yes. So according to them, their first match would be Copeland and Christian versus Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne. I mean, if you're going to open with that.
Yeah. I just wonder if they're going to get some. Remember when Edge and Christian were first a team before like they ever split up? Were they originally just a team? And they had like Edge's original song, like the "You Think You Know Me," but then it was like this like techno-y type song.
Oh yeah.
Instead of like the song he uses now. I wonder if they're gonna do some like knockoff of that song.
That would be cool.
That would be fun if they did that.
Or do you think they don't even come out as like? I mean, they come out as a team, but like they both have their entrance for this one. And I was gonna say save the tag team entrance for Canada.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. If they did, they come out separately and you're like, oh, I don't know how well they're going to get along.
Right. And then it proves that, that this could work. And then,
that would be fun. That's a good idea.
Because I mean, Canada's only the next pay-per-view. So,
Yeah. And it's Toronto, where they're not exactly from Toronto, but they're from like the suburbs of Toronto. So
gotcha.
Close enough. So, yeah.
So, I have Copeland and Christian winning this.
Yeah, so do I. I feel like they kind of have to, unless they're going to do a rematch in Toronto.
Well, I have a theory. We'll just jump to the tag match because that's up in the air, because it's the Hurt Syndicate versus either FTR or Brodito. My opinion is if FTR wins, they beat the Hurt Syndicate, then Copeland and Christian beat FTR in Toronto. If Brodito wins, the Hurt Syndicate retains, and then I still think Copeland and Christian get the tag championships next month, but they'll beat the Hurt Syndicate instead. But
yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. I think it makes perfect sense for FTR to win the tournament and then beat the Hurt Syndicate and then lose them to
exactly, because the tag belts have been kind of in. I mean, Hurt Syndicate's they're great champions, but like the tag belts have been kind of like a wash lately. The Hurt Syndicate kind of saved them, but they've been champions long enough. So if you give FTR the belts for just a month and have them be like total heel champions, like they don't even defend them until the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Next
and
month.
FTR has a history in Toronto because I don't know, you won't watch NXT, but they had a really good match in like 2016 against Gargano and Ciampa.
Okay.
In Toronto for a tag match, and it was like I think a 2 out of 3 falls. Like it was like one of the best tag matches that WWE doesn't do tag matches that much, so it was one of the best matches that they've done. So they have a history in Toronto as well. They could play on that going into Toronto. I think FTR makes the most sense. Well, obviously, we're taping this before Dynamite. Recording taping sounds like I'm a very old man, which I am. We're recording this before Dynamite, so it's entirely possible that Brodito wins the match. Yeah, I think your theory makes the most sense.
It's just time for new tag champions, one way or the other. Whether it's going to be the Hurt Syndicate for another month or FTR as the placeholder championship, and like I said, make it part of their gimmick that, like, you know, they'll only wrestle like local talent for the belts, or you know what I mean?
Just give them like Stokely weasels them out, like they booked for a match, and then Stokely's like, I actually found a loophole in their contract that contractually they don't have to appear in this match. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Just because, I mean, the Hurt Syndicate have been, like I said earlier, they've been good champions also. So it's time to make people a little mad.
The problem with the Hurt Syndicate is that they're too dominant. They're just like, who's going to realistically beat them at this point? They've kind of beaten all the big teams, and FTR could just cheat and win, and then you don't hurt the Hurt Syndicate, like, no pun intended, you don't hurt the Hurt Syndicate by having like Stokely do something or something. Correct. Like they could cheat to win. And then I do kind of want to see Lashley and Shelton do something else, like to have 2 separate singles runs or something.
That'd be awesome.
And as much as I like the Brodito team, I still Brody King should have a belt. I love Brody King, and he's so over. He loses like almost all the time, but he's super over. Like everybody loves Brody King. He looks cool. He looks tough. He's a great wrestler. Like he should be going for like the TNT title or something.
I agree. I hope that is in the cards sooner rather than later, but I totally agree with you. TBS championship match, because that's the other wild card match that we don't quite know the participants yet. But so far it's Mercedes Moné versus Persephone from CMLL, which she's really good. If you haven't seen her, she's been on Ring of Honor a few times, like really good. Alex Windsor and a to be determined from Stardom. Again, I think Mercedes retains no matter what. So
yeah, no offense to whoever it is from Stardom,
exactly,
but they're not going to win the title.
Yeah,
it's going to be Mercedes.
Yeah, that's a very typical Forbidden Door match.
Yeah, Mercedes isn't going to lose in like a 4-way with 2 people who aren't from AEW. And like Alex Windsor is great, but again, she's pretty new.
Yeah.
If Mercedes is going to win, lose her belt, it's going to be a big moment in like a 1-on-1.
100%. 100%. I mean, the women's division is hot, and I do think Mercedes loses. I say she wins out the year. I say she starts 26 on, like, that'll be the start of the losing streak.
Yeah, and I think she's going to lose because she has all those belts. I think she's going to go back to each of those companies and lose.
Yeah.
belts.
Oh yeah.
And I think the TBS belt might be the last one. Like she's going to lose over the course of the next couple months. She's going to lose a belt here and there.
Totally.
And then it's going to be like, oh no, I only have 1 left. I had 8. Now this is my last belt. And like, yeah, that's going to be a fun story.
It is.
She should be moving on to something else, but the belt collector thing is still pretty fun. So let it run. Let it run for another few months.
Yeah. The IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Zack Sabre Jr., who's the champion, versus Nigel McGuinness with Daniel Garcia in his corner. I have a theory, but I'll let you pick who you think.
I think I probably have the same theory. First of all, this match is going to rule.
It is, yes.
Like technical wizards, it's going to be amazing. Is your theory that Daniel Garcia turns?
Yes, but there's also an asterisk on the asterisk.
All right, I don't think Nigel wins. I think it's a Forbidden Door match. They never really, like, the big titles don't change hands.
I think Garcia joins TMDK.
All right, that would be cool.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It would get him something like, not that he needs away from Daddy Magic, but that's where this is the second asterisk on the theory. I think that Angelo Parker's ready to go, and like it's a natural way to get Daddy Magic and Garcia apart, and then you get 2.0 or whatever they're going to call themselves back together. And then you have the first time that throws us as fans a little wild card is you have an AEW person going to join New Japan faction, because we have New Japan guys in our factions, so it'll work the other way. And then maybe have Garcia do a stint, in Japan. That was a little long-winded.
Garcia's he's a great wrestler. He's pretty over. Like, the crowd likes him.
Yeah.
He was super over. Like, that was probably like 2 years ago now when they were doing the thing with Black Bull Combat Club and Jericho's team was fighting over him. Like, he was super, he was super over then. And then kind of like still had good matches, still did stuff. Like, he wasn't doing nothing, but he's cooled down since then. I think they could heat him up again. And I think, something like that would work. I think he needs to be a heel too.
Agreed. And I think he would be loved in Japan because, I mean, he's like what Zack Sabre Jr., like, he's a technical wizard. It would give him a little more confidence. Not saying that he doesn't realize that he's good. He does, but sometimes the American audience isn't as privy to, quote unquote wrestling matches. Like, I know it's pro wrestling, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I know what you mean.
If it gets too technical, they appreciate it, but they're more quiet. And I don't know. I see how that could get in your head.
Yeah, I could see that. And no offense to New Japan, but they could use a little bit of star power right now.
True.
So that would help them too. And I get it. There's like, if you ever read online, there's a section of the New Japan fan base who hates this AEW partnership because they're like, oh, everybody leaves. Ospreay left, Okada left, right. Everybody leaves to go to AEW. Which my counterpoint is they probably would have left anyway. And if AEW didn't exist, they'd be in WWE right now. Like, I'm pretty sure that would have happened.
At least some of them, I agree.
Yeah. Like, Will Ospreay would be in WWE if there was no AEW. He'd probably just be in WWE. But I get that. It does seem a little unfair. Like, Forbidden Door is now mostly AEW people because all the big New Japan names are in AEW. So I get it. Why people might be upset. So moving Garcia, like, giving him a run there would be fun. And people need to cycle in and out of TV.
True.
So
yeah,
he kind of got, like, his TNT title run wasn't bad, but it kind of was just there. So
yeah. I was thinking about this earlier today. I mean, Daddy Magic's great. I mean, Daddy Magic could get a piece of paper over if he, you know what I mean? Like, literally. I do think that kind of hurt Garcia though, because Garcia's can talk a little bit. He doesn't need like a mouthpiece. Like, I think he would do better instead of him being in a whole group where he could talk a little bit. Like, if he was with Don Callis, I know Don Callis has 1 million people in his group and he doesn't need any more, but like, give Garcia the mic, he could talk for 5 seconds and then Callis can talk for the next 30 seconds. Like, when it's just Daddy Magic and him, it's like Daddy Magic does like talks and he's like, yeah, I agree with everything that he just said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
there is a benefit. WCW, I think, used to do that quite often, actually, where they, the typical faction thing is, oh, you put some guys who could talk with some guys who can't,
right,
so that the guys can talk for them, which works a lot of the time. But there is a benefit to 3 or 4 guys who can all kind of talk, and put them in a group, and like, then none of them have to carry the promo entirely by themselves.
Exactly.
But they're not just standing there nodding, you're right, not just be like, yeah, he's right. Like, they're not.
Yeah, like, Garcia's better than that. Like, he could do more than that. But when you put him with
like,
Daddy,
he's fine on the mic. He's okay. Yeah.
But he's not touching Daddy Magic. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he looks bad. Not looks bad. He comes off as weaker on the mic because Daddy Magic's so good on the mic.
He comes off as like kind of a little brother with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good call.
And not in the ring, just like as a character.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I could see him turning. I that would be cool if he had a couple matches with Nigel. That would be fun if he turns on Nigel and has some matches with him. Those would be good.
Those would be and obviously I think Zack Sabre Jr. wins.
That's pretty certain that he wins.
TNT Championship. Kyle Fletcher versus Hiromu Takahashi. I mean, this match is going to rule on every level, but Fletcher wins, obviously.
Yeah, there's zero chance he loses. Like unless he breaks both his legs and has no choice but to lose the match.
He's
winning. He's going to win the match.
Yeah. But I mean, Takahashi is a good wrestler. It's
a good match for Kyle Fletcher to be in because he's already super over, and like the more people he beats, the better. He's like he's future world champion, but not like 5 years from now future world, like Daniel Garcia, where you can say, oh, he's a future world champion, but like Kyle Fletcher is like a year from.
So I was just gonna say
main event level. Yeah.
Well, now we're moving on to the meat and potatoes of the pay-per-view. Unified championship on the line. Okada versus Swerve. I picked Okada, but I almost changed my mind, so I'm gonna stick with Okada.
This is a tough one.
I know.
It's hard. I think maybe Swerve.
Okay.
I know they're really putting Okada over. They had him beat Kenny Omega, which is obviously a big deal. They had him unify the belts, which is obviously a big deal. He should be presented as like a top guy, so that him carrying multiple title, like it works. It all fits. Like they give it, but I don't know. Swerve, first of all, has lost a lot. Like he won that match with Ospreay at All In, which was huge, but he's lost a lot before that. To Hangman, he's lost to Ospreay. He lost to Bobby Lashley. I kind of think he needs to win something, and if they want to position this title as like underneath the world title, like Okada does that, but Swerve definitely does that. Like Swerve is
totally.
It could go either way. If Okada won, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I kind of think he might, but I'm gonna say Swerve.
Like I said, that's why I almost changed my mind. Okay, so that's our first.
It'll be interesting to see how this match goes, because they're pretty different wrestlers from each other.
Yeah,
but like Okada wrestles a very specific way, and he wrestles better against some people than others, right? Like he'll obviously against like Kenny Omega or something, he has awesome matches, or Ospreay. When he's into it and wants to have an epic match, he can have an epic match. Swerve seems to be good with everyone. Like he wrestles, he can brawl, he can fly, he can. He's not a bad technical. Like he can do kind of everything. So it'll be interesting to see how they do this match. Like I just want to see what they do. I can't picture it. I think they've wrestled before. I think
so too.
But I can't really picture how like a pay-per-view 20-minute match between these two will look. But I think it'll be good, but I want to see it. I don't know what to predict from this one.
Okay, I just thought of this. What if we get the return of Takeshita and he turns on Don Callis? Because the whole time Callis has said that Okada is the best Japanese wrestler.
I think that's coming, because he did call Takeshita the best Japanese wrestler before, and now he's calling Okada the best Japanese wrestler and the best wrestler the best wrestler from Japan. I think he said before, like the best wrestler to come out of New Japan. I think he said before too. It was a knock on Ospreay, obviously, because he came out of New Japan, but like not that Takeshita's in New Japan, but he just went and won the G1. I can see him being like, what are you talking about? Best Japanese wrestler. Like, look at me. Yeah, that would be fun.
So
and then he could have a bit of a feud with Okada before he ends up back in New Japan to challenge for the title there.
Yeah.
Takeshita rules. I love Takeshita.
He's
so
incredible.
Good. He's another guy that's like going to be a world champion soon. He might be the New Japan world champion soon. Like he gets a shot now. So this is going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So much can happen.
I hope that happens. That's a good idea. I like that.
I hope it happens too. Because I just popped in my head and I was like, oh man. And that would, one of those things like we talked about a few weeks ago, how like AEW has everything set up where so many scenarios make sense. They're not painted into any corner. Like literally Takeshita could show up during that match. You'd be like, oh my God, that's perfect. And then like we just said, for the past few weeks, Callis said this, and this, and it just writes itself.
But I like that it's not the problem with, fantasy booking or coming up with scenarios in your head, like, oh, I really hope this happens, is that sometimes if you love the idea, like if you think that idea is awesome, and then it doesn't happen, you're like, oh man, they could have done that, and then they didn't, and they just did a regular match, like you're disappointed. But the way AEW works is, yeah, you're right. So many things could happen, and all of them are good. Like they're all
yes.
If Takeshita doesn't come out and turn on Okada, like something else is going to happen. That's also going to be entertaining and interesting, and that I want to see. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, Swerve is always good. Like he's just
exactly. I mean,
it'll be fun.
Well, you hit.
I mean, what if Eddie Kingston comes back? Like
never thought of that either.
He could show up in this match, right? Like everyone expects when he comes back, he's gonna come after Mox.
Yeah, but that was his belt.
But that was his belt, right?
Yeah.
So he might come back. I don't know. He could come back for that belt too. I don't know. It'll be fun.
Dude, so like again, another scenario that I didn't even think about that makes 100% perfect
Eddie
sense.
Kingston seems ready. I don't know if you've seen, he's put like someone, either him or someone else has been posting training videos on like Instagram. He looks like he's ready and in good shape. Like he's lost weight. He looks like he's in good shape. He looks like he'll be back soon.
Eddie's the best.
Especially because like a month ago, he was like, I don't think I'm going to be back soon. I'm like, as soon as a wrestler says, I don't think I'm going to be back soon, they're going to be back like tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's how wrestling works.
Back to Swerve real quick. You just said how awesome Swerve is, and it was proven when you said he was in a group in WWE Hit Row. Is that what it's called? Hit Row?
Yeah, Hit Row.
Hit Row. And they fired everybody, and then he went to AEW, and they hired them back thinking that they had some magic in a bottle, and it was like, oh no, those are lame people.
It was just like they were fine, but like what made them good was Swerve.
It was, so you knew who the star was. Yeah, like Swerve's on a different level.
That's not, again, we bashed WWE a lot, and I like it, so I'm not, but like the fact that two of AEW's biggest stars right now are Swerve and Tony Storm, who WWE was both like, we have no interest in them.
Yeah. Yeah, and Tony Storm literally didn't she walk out during Raw?
Or like right after.
Like
And she said, like, you're killing wrestling for me. I'm leaving. And they like sometimes they hold you to your contract, which AEW does too, which I don't like.
Yeah,
when they hold people to a contract. If you want to leave and they're not going to use you, that came up with Danhausen recently, like, and that he wants to leave and they don't want him on TV. So like, just let them go. Like it's.
Yeah, exactly. I could see if he was in the middle of a storyline or something.
Yeah,
but
if they had big plans for him, then fine. But like, with Tony Storm, when she's like, I'm not interested. You're killing my love of wrestling. They were like, all right. they didn't even try to keep her. They just like let her go. Yeah,
unbelievable. Speaking of Tony Storm, the Women's World Championship is on the line because Athena is cashing in. Or signing the contract, whatever you want to call it.
But what do they call it? They have a very specific term. Execute the contract.
Yeah, executing the contract.
Yes. Because I think they don't want to say cash in. It's like, you will execute your contract.
Yeah, exactly. I think Athena wins.
I think she does too.
Wow.
I'm a little torn because she's also the ROH champion.
Well, she's going to lose that Friday. I think
how long has she had it for?
Close to 1,000 days.
Like, is she at 1,000 is the question?
It's very close. Like she was at 990 something the other day. I'll see if
I feel like I can't see her losing before 1,000 in my mind, unless they want to have that be the storyline that she lost right before 1,000 days. Because if you're that close to it, like that happened with Roman Reigns, where his title reign was like boring and dull, and I didn't care. Like no one really cared by the end that he had the title. But you're like, if he's close to 1,000, you have to take it to 1,000. I think like if she's like at 998 or something, like you have to wait.
Let's see. She's at 976
so by the end of the week she won't be.
Yeah, I thought she was at 990 something.
Yeah, if she's close to 1,000, I don't know. I think they let her get to 1,000.
Yeah, but see, then you're at the rock and a hard place.
Yeah,
you're at the Tony Storm spot. In my not Tony
Mercedes,
Storm, Mercedes spot.
Why Mercedes kind of couldn't beat Tony Storm because now she has two titles, and which one is she going to lose first?
Yeah, and then that kind of like if they keep her the Ring of Honor Women's Champion just to hit that 1,000 days, and then she's the AEW Women's Champion, but then loses the Ring of Honor Champion, she doesn't look like a strong AEW champion. I know that was a lot of
no, I get it.
Use of the word champion.
Then you have a problem being like, which one is she going to lose first? Because if she loses the ROH one, then it makes the AEW one look bad. If she loses the AEW one first, that kind of taints her ROH run. Because like, yeah, you held it, but you also lost in a title match. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, she loses Friday, wins Sunday.
Yeah, that makes the most storyline sense and the most booking sense to do that. The only reason I wouldn't is because like it takes just like time wise, it takes so long to get someone to 1,000 days, right? You have to be champion for like almost 3 years to like get close to it. Like, so if you've already done it for this long, why not get to 1,000? Unless that's going to be like a part of her gimmick. Like I was so close to 1,000 days and I lost, but then I won another title. So I'll hold this one. That would work. Yeah, that would work. She loses the ROH title at like 980 days.
Right.
Or whatever it is. And then she wins the AEW women's title and she comes out and is like, okay, well, I didn't hold the ROH title for 1,000 days, but I'm going to hold this.
But I'm going to hold this
days.
There you go.
That's how you do it. Yeah, that works. And I think it's time for Toni Storm to lose.
Agreed. She deserves, I mean, I don't want to see her off of TV because she's good, but she deserves at least a couple weeks off of television. Like, sit at home and relax a little bit.
She's like, and it'll be fun to see what she does without the belt, to be honest. Like she's had or been around the belt. Like even when she lost it, she's been challenging for it for a very long time. So it'll be fun to see what she does, like just in other storylines that don't involve the title.
Oh, she's so good.
She's so good. I was thinking like sometimes when I can't sleep, I like fantasy book stuff in my head because I'm a giant nerd. And one of them was like, oh, that if WWE ever ran a show against AEW, like against Dynamite, like say, because I counterbook everything, I feel like we're going to put a show against Dynamite. What would you start AEW with to get people to watch? And I think it's Toni Storm. I think you start the show with a Toni Storm promo to get people to, so they tune in. Like she's so over. She's so entertaining. She's a great wrestler. She's like, she's, I think I mentioned this to you offline before, like in our chat, that like, if you could pick 5 people, like everyone else in AEW had to get fired, but you had to keep 5. You could get to keep 5.
Oh yeah.
Like Toni Storm is like 2 or 3 at least.
Like
her and Swerve and Hangman, and then like I'd have to find some other people, but like they're
those are definitely those are 3 untouchables. They're in every they're in the
She's just so I want to see what she does after that. I want to see Athena in AEW because she's kind of only been in AEW for a little bit, right? Like she hasn't done much. Like she was last a regular on AEW like 3 years ago. So I want to see what she does. Her character is interesting to me because as someone who doesn't watch ROH, because she seems like a really dominant like wrestler in the ring. She's really dominant. She has like kind of a cocky, full of herself personality. But she's also kind of funny and like runs and hides from challenges whenever she can. Yeah. So it's interesting because that's not common among that type of gimmick, right? Either you're super dominant or you're chicken. You're not both. Yeah. Right? But she's somehow both. And I like it.
And she uses Billy she sends Billy to the wolves all the time.
Yeah. And she can be a heel and a face. Cause like when she first came back to AEW, she was a face. Like Billy Starks and her were faces against Mercedes. Yeah. And then the next time you saw them, they were heels, and it still made sense. As someone who doesn't watch ROH, there was like a split second of, oh, wasn't she a face? But then like, oh, wait, no, she's a heel. Like, and it fits. Like she does it really well. It doesn't feel weird. Like it's works.
True. It is very natural.
She should be the champion. She'd be a good champion.
She will be a good champion. Yeah, I definitely think she wins. Yeah. The men's world title, Hangman versus MJF. Again, this is an easy one. Hangman's not losing the belt.
No,
only 1 month. So
he's not going to lose the belt like a month after that big victory. There's no way.
No. So
I am really surprised they're doing this now.
Same. But I was thinking, is there possibly something like, does MJF maybe have another acting gig or something coming up?
Right.
Because it seemed
sudden. Like it seemed like it came out of nowhere. Like they were teasing it, that it wasn't going to happen and it might happen. Like it seemed like they were setting it up for something that's going to happen a few months from now.
Yeah. And it just seems like everything for MJF is kind of coming like not to a close, but like, the thing with the Hurt Syndicate's now over. if this is it, this is over. And it would be like, you know, maybe he's off, maybe he's not starring in a movie, maybe he's just off TV for like a month.
Yeah, he did like kind of, you're right, he's kind of speed ran through his stories, right? He had the stuff with the Hurt Syndicate and the stuff, they could have dragged both of those stories out and not made them, like when I say drag out, I don't mean that. Like they could have stretched them out for like 3 or 4 more months.
Exactly.
In both the Hurt Syndicate and Hangman. Like if they were still doing this in December, it would make perfect sense. It wouldn't feel weird.
Yeah.
I really thought Hangman was going to be facing someone from New Japan. Like they would find someone from New Japan. Agreed. And maybe MJF would interfere or get involved after the match or something to extend the feud. Mm-hmm. But I didn't think they'd be doing it right away.
Yeah. So
that's another thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
The way this card came together seemed a little odd to me. And it's I trying to understand why, because they did kind of rush the Hangman MJF thing, and it makes sense. Like I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but it feels like they did it all of a sudden. And then they had the Darby Mox stuff, which really seemed like it was going to be at Forbidden Door. And then all of a sudden it's a completely different match, which again, it makes sense. But it seems like they had a booking plan that was going to be Mox versus Darby and then Hangman versus someone from New Japan. And then in the last like 2 weeks, that changed. And I don't quite understand it. Maybe it's because Ospreay, they were waiting to see if Ospreay was available or not available. And that him coming back changed it. I also love how we mentioned last week that Ospreay coming back from injury is going to want to do a brutal match. We're like, oh yeah, he's going to do an unsanctioned cage match.
Well,
but it seems weird because that kind of booking where suddenly you like those are 2 big matches, Hangman MJF and the cage match. Those are huge matches. That kind of booking seems like a situation where like, oh, we haven't sold very many tickets and we really want to push this show. But they have sold a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
They've sold like 17,000. They basically sold out at this point. So they don't need to sell tickets. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's because WWE isn't really counter booking this one like they typically do. Like
that's true.
They're planning on counter booking against All Out with a pay-per-view, right? But they are running an NXT show. I don't know if it's at the same time or just on the same day. It's probably not the same time because this is from the UK. It's probably Sunday night, the NXT show. Oh, okay. But they are running a show against them. So it's not that they have to worry about buy rates or anything because AEW like always does well on pay-per-view. Yeah. It's just maybe it was Ospreay or maybe Tony Khan just decided, hey, let's do it all now. Or maybe like AEW has such good vibes going around it right now that he's just like, let's put on the best possible show.
That's what I was just do. Yeah. Well, I mean, you alluded to the unsanctioned match, the lights out match, which is Ospreay, Darby, Tanahashi, Omega, and Ibushi versus Mox, Claudio, Matt and Nick Jackson, and Gabe Kidd. I mean, that's going to be bananas. First off.
See, that's another kind of rush thing that they're just like, oh, Kenny Omega's back. Like it just seemed like a little.
Yeah.
It seemed this whole this match is going to be incredible. But it's a little weird that they're doing it. And it's a 5-on-5 cage, but it's like one cage. It's not like a War Games blood and guts.
So you're going to have 10 people in the ring
one cage.
All at one time.
And I'm assuming the AEW cages are like they're right up against the ring. They're not like a Hell in a Cell where there's space around the ring. Yeah, that's just a lot of people in the ring.
Darby's coffin dropping off the cages.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Correct. Yeah. Okay.
And maybe to the outside through like through like a pile of glass and fire.
that just is randomly there and he jumps the wrong way. They're like, what the hell? Like everyone's waiting for
he hasn't been on TV in a while, so he's probably like itching to do something stupidly dangerous. He's just he just jumps onto like there's just chairs at the side of the for no reason, and he's just like, I'm gonna jump on them. They're like, that's not even part of the match. That's like people in those chairs just got up to go to the washroom. And he's like, no, I'm gonna jump on it. I'm gonna do it. Set it on fire.
There's like, and for some reason, Darby Allin's lighting the stage on fire. And it's like there's nobody there but him.
He's nowhere near another wrestler. I mean, he just jumped off of it.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean this match is going to be nuts.
I know we mentioned it already, but I love Ospreay being like, I'm really injured. I'm gonna need some time off, but I only need like 4 weeks. And by the way, when I come back, I'm gonna do an unsanctioned cage match.
I'm gonna go. Like, I didn't actually pick anything for this, so I'm gonna pick the baby faces. I'm gonna pick Osprey, Darby, Tanahashi, Omega,
I
and
didn't
Ibushi.
I didn't pick anything either. The baby faces make sense because it's the last match on the show, and you want people to be happy, and you want to put over Osprey in his home country.
And isn't it? And Tanahashi's last European match.
Yeah,
correct?
like that all makes a ton of sense. Storyline wise, it makes sense for the heels to win,
Right.
because then you can
you
do
wouldn't
like
get any of those things.
and then you could do a bunch of rematches, right? You could do Mox versus Darby later. You can do, Osprey versus somebody. I think the heels. I'm gonna go with the heel team.
Oh, we have
and I think they do Mox versus Darby in one of the Philadelphia shows.
Oh, that would be. Oh, that's perfect.
I think they set it up because what are they? They're there 3 weeks, right? 3 Dynamite, 3 collisions.
Yeah.
I think they set it up on like the first, because they're going there right after this pay-per-view, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I think they set it up on the first one for the third one, that there's going to be, in 2 weeks, we're going to have Mox versus Darby, so that people pay attention the whole time, because
awesome.
There is always that, like, they did a really good job of it when they had all those shows in Chicago.
Yeah.
They did a really good job of making you want to keep going, because I get that that's hard, right? There's 3 shows in one town over 3 weeks. Maybe by the 3rd week, everyone who wanted to go was already gone, and like they have trouble selling tickets for the last one. But if they promise you Mox versus Darby in the last one, then
from the beginning,
the beginning, you're like, oh, I'm going to buy tickets right now, and unless it's already sold out. I don't know. I haven't seen it. That arena's small, so it may already be sold out. Yeah, I picked the heels. I think the heels are going to win. I know the pay-per-views never feels good when Mox just go. People will be really mad if Mox just goes over again at the end of a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And just beats everybody up, and like people will be upset, and the internet will be like, "You've ruined AEW." Like, I know that people will be mad. But I don't know. At some point along the way, the Death Riders and Mox, like, he just became a heel. Like, for a while, I was just like, "Oh, I don't want to see this because it doesn't make sense and I don't like it."
Right.
But then it became, oh yeah, he's just like, he's a jerk. I don't like him, but he's an actual heel, and it works because sometimes the heel has to win. You can't always have the face win.
Yeah.
And making him like this angry, hated heel. I don't know. I think that the heels win, though I kind of want Mox to do something else, not just be with the Death Riders over and over again. But I think the heels win, and then they do a series of singles matches as a wrap up.
That sounds awesome to me.
Now, what intro did the Young Bucks get?
Oh, that's a good one. I hope it's like super generic,
because they did like the one they did when that was like another one of their gimmicks, right? Like I forget the names they had.
Oh, it was when they were Generation Me in TNA.
No, but they had another one this week, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
What were their names? It was like Slick Nick or something. And
it was when they were in the something about the Mr. Instant Replay.
Yeah, Mr. Instant Replay. That's what it was.
Their first match names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was in their book. That was their first match.
So it's got to be something like to embarrass, like that they're trying to embarrass.
Yeah,
the tech people are trying to embarrass them. So what could they do that's like super embarrassing?
I don't even know.
You know a lot about the Young Bucks. What have they done that's embarrassing? Because it'll be something.
Oh, definitely. Like, I'm trying to I'm going like through the book. Like, what did they do in Japan?
Yeah.
Because it'll be like a nerdy one.
Yeah, because they would never do it, but like the ultimate one is like a CM Punk theme entrance to like make that. They're never gonna do it, but that would be really funny.
That would be incredible.
Oh, turns out Tony Khan still has the rights to Cult of Personality. We're gonna play that.
Oh man, that would be
hilarious.
That would be.
They should have done that in Chicago. I know that they couldn't. I know that like they probably signed a thing where they can't talk. I get it, but that would be funny. That would have been really funny.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I like the Young Bucks now. They're funny. Like they've won me over.
I told you they'd grow on you. They're better heels.
They're better heels, and they're better when their whole gimmick is just being annoying. Like they don't have another gimmick on top of that. Like the EVP thing was stupid. But as soon as their gimmick is just being annoying, then it works.
Oh, they're so good at it.
They're really good at just being like annoying jerks. Like even because they're kind of bad actors where they're just like, oh man, why did that happen? But like it works when they're just trying to be annoying. Then you're just like, oh, even the way he complains is annoying. Like,
yeah, I mean, they're typical internet trolls. Like that's why they're so good at trolling, is because they're bad at being bad people.
They're bad. Yeah, they really are. It's funny. I think this angle with them and the sound people and the tech people like embarrassing. I think it's hilarious. I think it's been really good.
And I love how they like act like they're surprised that it happens every time. Like they're like, "Oh, come on!" Like I
they like little tantrums. Yeah,
I laugh every time.
I also like because they had, they got fined $100,000 for kicking Justin Roberts.
Yeah,
and then they had on Collision that women's match for $100,000, and I forget they retweeted it on Twitter. I think being like, "Wait, for how much?" Like it's their money.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
They're funny. I think I kind of hope the heel team wins, because there's more stories to come out of it. I wouldn't be surprised if Grace team won, because like it's Ospreay's home country and it's Tanahashi's last match, and like that would work out really well too. But it's going to be nuts. Like
totally.
Part of me thinks they're putting Ospreay in this match because he's kind of not 100% and you can cover for it, right? Like
definitely.
He only has to wrestle really for like 5 minutes, and then he can like get thrown to a table and be out for half the match, right? So they could do that. But then again, it's Will Ospreay. I don't think he can do that. I think he's kind of like Danielson, where he's like, "If I'm going to wrestle like Will Ospreay, and I'm going to do something insane, like he did in that cage match with Kyle Fletcher, where they like flew off the top of the cage." I can see him doing that too.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait.
I love, speaking of Danielson, I saw an interview with him and his wife, Brie, and she asked him, she's like, "Oh, were you cleared to do all the stuff you did at All In?" He's like, "Well, some of it." And then she's like, what parts? He's like, "Some of it was clear. Don't worry." She goes, "Did you just get wrapped up in the moment and do other things?" Possibly.
The part that was cleared was him being allowed to be there. Everything else,
the rest of it was not cleared at all. Doctors are just screaming. Like that reminds, like Ospreay. I'm sure a doctor told him, like, "Okay, you're cleared for the match, but don't do anything where you like land on your back." And he's gonna immediately come out and like land directly on his spine.
Oh, anyways, I don't even want to think about that.
And then Darby's going to be like, "Oh yeah, fine. I can land on my spine too."
Yeah, I'll land on your spine.
Throw me through, Will Ospreay. Do it.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
And it's crazy that we talked about all that and didn't even talk about Kenny Omega, who's like obviously incredible too. Like this, it's going to be nuts. And because it's a lights out match, it's going to be crazy.
Oh yeah, there's going to be blood everywhere. Well, first off, it's Mox too. Like
it's Mox. Yeah, he's gonna have a fork. It's gonna be the whole thing.
Any final thoughts before?
No, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun show.
Agreed.
It doesn't feel like Forbidden Door, like I talked about last week. It's not that Forbidden Door-ish because there's not that much. I thought it was gonna be MJF against someone from CMLL.
Same.
I thought it was gonna be Hangman against someone from New Japan. Like I thought that's what they were going. But it's gonna be a great show. Like, first of all, AEW never has a bad pay-per-view. Forbidden Door is never a bad show, and with this lineup, like I don't think it can be bad. I think it can only be a really good show.
Yeah, there's no way that this isn't 10 out of 10 show, unless like everybody breaks their legs night before. I don't know,
but that was the first Forbidden Door. Everybody got hurt, and they still had a great show. Like AEW has such depth that I think if everybody did break their legs, they're like, "All right, we'll roll out the next group." And it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So everybody, make sure you follow us on social media. We are at Elite City Pod on all social media. We are on YouTube. Thank you for the views this week. You guys really killed it. Make sure to like and leave a comment. It helps us out a lot. And when you comment, interact with us. We'll interact with you guys too. If you have any questions,
follow us on like Blue Sky and and everything.
Follow us. We'll interact. If you have questions for the show, we'll answer them on here. But enjoy Forbidden Door. Have a good week, rest of the week, and enjoy Dynamite and the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I think it's Death Before Dishonor, but I never know. I was gonna say I rarely know the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. yeah, just enjoy this weekend, and we'll see you next week with our review of the pay-per-view. So until then, later.